Hey everyone, I am Chef John Gifaldi, and today I'm making my holiday harvest rigatoni. I have everything I need from Ingles, so let's get started. So we have everything that's in season. I've got cranberries and pecans and sage, butternut squash, and some Brussels sprouts, and we're gonna make a beautiful rigatoni. What I wanna start with is I've got some olive oil heating, and I'm actually gonna take fresh sage leaves and we're gonna drop them in the olive oil, and what that's gonna do is they're gonna fry up and be crispy, and we can use them as a topping when we're done. But also, we've just flavored the oil. So they only take a second. And just toss them around in here until they get crispy. We'll pull them out and put them on a paper towel, a little bit of salt, and we are ready to move to the next step. So what I had done is I cut up the butternut squash and into cubes, and I took the Brussels sprouts and tossed them in olive oil and salt and pepper and put them in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes until they got kind of toasty. And then I took half of the butternut squash and pureed it in the food processor, and that is going to be the basis for our sauce. So you can see these crisp right up. It just takes a second. There we go. I'm going to take these out, and then I'm going to start adding some shallots that I've cut up. So we've got this beautiful sage oil. I've got the last of these. A little bit of salt on there. Now I'm going to put in these shallots. And shallots are great. They're just a little bit sweeter than an onion. It is in the onion family, but they add such a beautiful sweetness in a background. So I'm going to let that go, and then I've got a couple of cloves of garlic. And I'm going to grate these right in here. And I always like to grate my garlic so that you don't get big chunks in your food, but also it seems to release the flavor a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing here. I got one. Here's the second one. Then we're going to let these just saute a little bit, and in goes some white wine. That again, we're just layering flavors here. Because my oil is hot already, this is cooking up really quickly. So I'm really pleased with the way that's coming together. And it smells amazing in here. Look at that. I can see that my onions have softened, and I can smell the garlic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pour in the wine. Now when you have a cold liquid in a hot pan, do it over a spoon so that it doesn't splash back at you. That's just a little trick, a little safety in the kitchen. Again, we're going to let this cook down, and I'm going to add to that, I'm going to put the squash in next. So here is my butternut squash that I've already roasted and put in my blender. I'm going to pour that right in here, and we want every bit of that. It's looking so good. Now what I've also done is I've got rigatoni pasta, and I've already prepared that. And when the sauce is ready, the pasta goes in here when we mix it together, and we are ready for a great meal. So now I do want to add a little bit of chicken broth, not only for flavor, but it'll help keep the sauce pretty thin. The very end, what we'll do is we will add a touch of heavy cream. I'm going to let this go for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back to show you the next step. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that this sauce has reduced nicely. I tasted it, tastes great, just needs a little bit of salt, so I'm going to throw that in now. And then just to give it a little bit of richness, I've got some heavy cream. And with this, I usually just go kind of once around the pan, well, maybe twice. Mix that in, let that come together, and then we're ready to put our dish together. I'm going to put the rigatoni in here and let it finish cooking. When I do the pasta, I pull it 1 minute shy of al dente. when I know I'm going to finish it in my pasta, because then it cooks together and it makes sure everything comes out great. Look at that. It's looking really beautiful. All right, I'm going to put in the pasta. I like the rigatoni. I like the way that it grabs the sauce on this. Perfect. Just let that come together, and then we're going to assemble it. Oh, I'm so pleased with how this looks. So what you want to do is get your prettiest bowl, which is what I've got here. We're just going to start putting it together. Now at this point, I like to put on Parmesan cheese next to make sure that gets incorporated. I always throw some extra in there. And what I'd like to do now is, this is where we start to pull everything together. We're going to put the butternut squash that we reserved on top. And then I've got some Brussels sprouts. I love the colors that are coming together. Now what I also did is I got a package of really thin sliced prosciutto that you get in the deli over at Ingles. And I put that on a baking sheet, the individual slices, and let that cook until it crisped up. And what we're going to do is put that right on top. This is looking good, you guys. So take this pancetta and break it into big pieces across the top. It's prosciutto, not pancetta. And then I've got those sage leaves that we fried up earlier. I'm going to put that on here. And then just to kick it up, just one more drizzle of olive oil. And some cranberries and candied pecans. That's it, you guys. Check this out. It is so delicious. You're going to just love it. And of course, you can put as much or as little as you like on top. So thanks so much for joining me today on the Ingles table. Remember to explore the rest of the site for more great recipes. Happy holidays.